All right, welcome back, everyone. We are live with our Wednesday crew, and like I mentioned on a couple other live streams, we're going to hopefully start adding school members with us to join us. So this week we got Jeff Dombach with us. He goes by JLD Systems in the chat, but I got my two regulars, Joe and Lauren. So morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so let's kick it off, Jeff. I know you've been on once or twice before. You had some Wi-Fi issues, but let's see if it holds up today. But why don't you introduce yourself quickly? And I know we're going to touch on some self-managing things, right?
You bet. I invest in York, Pennsylvania, and my brother and I have a property in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Self-managing our rental units basically all my life. I started out as a kid helping my dad when he was rehabbing units. He bought this 4-unit in Hagerstown, Maryland, and turned the basement into 2 more units, that value add plan. And I remember going there with him on Saturday mornings and hanging out and nailing 2x4s to the floor and spilling paint on the carpet. So I've been in it since I was a wee little lad. So
Oh,
I can't hear you, Mark.
If anyone is hearing background noise, let me know. Joe, I think it's you again. I'm hearing like back feed, like when someone's talking, it's coming through your mic, seems like.
Yeah, I've got a Mac.
Yeah, I don't know, because whenever I mute you, I don't hear that background feed coming in.
Do you guys, Lauren, do you hear any background feed?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's like picking up everyone talking and it's coming back through your mic, seems like. Um, but yeah, Jeff, it was cool to meet you in person finally at the Vegas event. So it was a lot of fun. All of you actually was your first time in Vegas. Also, everyone, Jeff does have a YouTube channel that he started. He's trying to get some momentum there. So we'll put his channel in the chat so you guys can go subscribe. And then also, I'll put Lauren and Joel's on. Lauren has been putting out a lot more content out there. So I'm very proud of her. She's been pretty consistent with Instagram and her YouTube. She got Emily Lopez on recently. But Jeff, yeah, I mean, you want to touch on maybe your thoughts at a Vegas event also for your first time there and maybe the school community where we're all at?
Yeah, it was awesome event. Got to meet a lot of great people. I met the 3 of you there, and I got to meet people that I've been connecting with online for a couple years. I met Dion and Mike, of course, and got to know Jen and Tam a little bit, and got to meet Millennial Mike and lots of other people. Spent a little time with Jason Hartman. That was really cool. Got to meet Pace Morby. I have more mixed feelings, but that's where he's at. That it doesn't kind of really jive with my life. So it was worthwhile listening to him and talking with him and communicating with him. But it's just never. That's so far off of my radar. I think I'm at the point now where I'm happy with the 34 units we have, and I'm looking more to do some optimization and stabilization. Trying to get rid of my dogs, and there may be 1 or 2 more properties. I say that, but I'm still young, so a young 63. I'm sure that I'll buy a few more yet, but I'd like to inner city properties and buy intentional built townhouses that are a little more suburban, so they're not as old and easier to take care of, easier to rent, etc. So yeah, it was a great event. Lots of great information. It was really cool to see some of the people that were talking more about mission and purpose than just the real estate. I'm really going to do bad at this. The couple that was doing the senior living thing, to hear them talking about wanting to have a mission and provide that was really just got to go buy more real estate. I just want to make the money, because it's that purpose and those missions behind us in the background that are going to carry us through the tough times and the hard times, like when you can't find a flipping tenant, or suddenly you're doing 3 rehabs instead of the one you were expecting to do. And, it just gets kind of crazy sometimes, but you just got to keep pushing through. And it's those missions like taking care of family and taking care of people that carry you through those tough times.
Well, before maybe Lauren or Joe ask you any questions about maybe your story, your portfolio, I do want to let everyone know we are going to, like I said, try to get a different school member joining us every Wednesday. Next week, Harrison, Trade Better 99, will be joining us Wednesday. But if you do want to jump on with us, message me in school, or yeah, just let me know. But you guys got any questions for Jeff right now?
Yeah, I'm curious so you started with your dad, but when did you kind of get into it on your own?
So in 1984, my wife and I bought a duplex. So
Why are you laughing, Joe?
house hacked before house hacking was a word, and that was our real first experience buying real estate. And we lived in one unit for a couple years and rented the other unit. And then our 2 kids, we had the second kid, and we kind of outgrew the space. So we were trying to figure out what to do next, and ended up renting another house for we are lousy tenants. My wife and I just do not make good tenants. I would not rent to me if anybody came to me, and if I came to me and said, I want to rent a house. So we rented a house for a year, and then we were like, what are we going to do? And we went out and we bought the cheapest thing we could, which just happened to be an old beat up mobile home in a park south of the city. It was a disaster. Basically, I went in and rehabbed the mobile unit, tore out all the flooring, put in new vinyl floor. At that time, we didn't have vinyl plank then. Painted the whole place, did some work in the kitchen, and made a decent enough place. And we moved in and lived there for a year. And then I got a promotion, and my income, I was living the high life, because my income went from $24,000 a year to $35,000 a year. And I thought I was the king of the world. So then we ended up private selling, or purchasing through a private sale, private investor, another house in Brownstown, which was actually like the opposite side of the county, north of the county. And we lived there for a while and sold the mobile home, which I was amazed we kind of broke even a little bit, even after paying commissions and so forth. So I was happy to just move on from it. And so I don't know how much more story you want, but after we bought the place in Brownstown, then I got, I had been promoted to a position that had 11 people in that position in the 5 years that I had worked for that company. And so the longest one somebody had stayed 2 years. And so when I got to the 2-year anniversary of that position, I got uncomfortable and squirrely and decided, okay, I'm not going to be fired. I'm going to leave. So then I got another position, and we moved from Lancaster to Ohio, and bought a house in Ohio and sold the house in Brownstown. And we still kept the 2-unit in the background all the time. I had a property manager managing it. This was like my first experience with why I dislike property managers. He, every year I'd say, don't you think it's time to raise the rent? And he said, no, we can't raise the rent. We don't want the tenant to leave. Like really? 5 years later, he's still not raising the rent because we can't have the tenant leave. We can't have the tenant leave. So suffice to say, me and property managers typically don't get along very well. Although I do love Jen, PM Jen, that I introduced Mark to. I'm seriously considering buying property in her market just so she can manage it for me.
Yeah, so if people don't know, if they don't remember, Jen has been on my channel a few times. She also did attend the Vegas event. So yeah, Jeff and her, Jeff is the one that actually introduced me to her, and she's been on Zuber's channel. Joel, you got any questions for Jeff? I got a few, if not.
Well, I was laughing because he was doing the math, 21 years old, buying his first house. Like that's just old school, and that doesn't happen these
Yeah,
days.
actually 23, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
because
so
of my dad's experience in real estate, you know, there was no way I was going to do anything else. You know, how much do I have to save to buy this house? I got to buy a house. That was like the number one goal before we could have kids. That was what I told my wife, that I wanted to own a house before we had kids. So she was on board with trying to get a house, and buying a duplex made sense. So
all right, so I want to kind of fast forward. I mean, move up a little bit to currently, because you said you did kind of want to touch on systems and self-managing. So I kind of want to know why you wanted to go down that route. But then just now, you said you may want to buy properties in Jen's area. So yeah, kind of clarify that, and maybe, like I said, talk about your systems and self-managing and why you went that route.
yeah, so we self-manage because that's the way my dad did it. You know, he did all the management for a number of years as he was getting older and getting closer to retirement. My brother and I used to run back and forth and manage his property because he was in Japan or Europe or Australia or wherever around the world he was, and we ended up managing his properties. But the thing that, you know, a lot of people say that really turns me off is a lot of people that get property managers, the property manager makes more than the owner, and I don't want to give up that percentage of my income and my profit to a property manager. Although I've listened to Jen talk a couple times, and she says, you know, I don't care what you think I'm going to cost, but I guarantee you that I'll get you as much return, more return than you're getting now while I'm managing the property. So I know that she has systems and processes in place to optimize and stabilize properties, and she's shown me some of those systems and inspires me and increases my confidence level in her. We do not buy anything out of area because I want to be able to self-manage. So that's you know, that's how I control my destiny. I don't see myself as being a great acquirer. I generally try and get good deals and great deals, but I would not say that I beat the average guy. I think my strength is in managing properties and dealing with tenants and trying to be kind of the face to it. My wife helps a lot. She knows most of the tenants, and she goes out with me on calls and when we have fixed things, and she meets new tenants, prospective tenants. She's much better at reading prospective tenants, you know, whether they give you a good vibe or a bad vibe. She does much better at that than I do, but I kind of feel like that's where my strength is. So that's why I continue managing properties.
Before we get to Steven from the Bronx's question for Jeff, Joel and Lauren, do you guys have property managers? Have you guys self-managed? What's your guys' thoughts on kind of this? You see it more now, a big push for wanting people to self-manage. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I mean, if you have a great property manager, I think it's worth it. The problem is it's hard to find a great property manager. I self-manage. I only have one long-term rental, and that's in Hawaii, and I've had that tenant for 8 years. And I originally did have a property manager, but they weren't doing anything for us. Like, they would find the tenant and place the tenant, but anytime there was a call, they would ultimately like call us to about the repair. And and then and or they would like handle it in-house, but they weren't very good at managing the repairs. So yeah, I just ended up canceling the property manager because I was like, it's easier to just do it myself. And I feel like with the internet today and being able to find tenants yourself and be able to screen and do background checks, it's really not necessary. That being said, if you have a lot of units, it can become more complex. So I think it all depends on the property manager, like anything else. It's like real estate agents. Like people are like, why do I need one? Why are they valuable? But then when you have a really good one, you see their value.
Joe, any thoughts on the self-managing side of things?
Yeah, I mean, the struggles that I had on the property management side had been with my multifamily. You know, my fourplexes in South City, St. Louis. These are built in the 30s. There's stuff breaking down all the time, and the fee percentage was okay, like I don't know, 8%, but I pretty much want to say fraudulently were cooking the books on the expenses, right? You know, you might see an invoice here or there, but the actual expenses where they'll charge, you know, $300 for this thing, but really the laborer that's on their team, it only costs $200 or $150. So they pad the books on the expenses, and you know, when you're busy working and you know, like a job and family, like there's just only so much time in the day to micromanage the stuff. And so I did change companies along the way, but still the same kind of thing happened. And I don't know, I've had an unfortunately poor experience with property managers. Now I did have a couple single family units that I managed on my own, and it was a lot easier, but the 4 units that I can't manage that on my own.
Yeah, I think somebody just posted it in school. It was they were kind of replying to someone's original post. I think it was Joseph Cachapalia, and he's in San Antonio. You know, he's an agent out there. He's into his fractional real estate, but he made a great point, I think, on this property management, self-management side of things. He says a lot of times when people are searching for property managers, their first question is always like, "What's your fees?" And it's like people are trying to find the cheapest or lowest fees with the lowest costs, but yet they want the best property manager. So he finds it odd that a lot of people, their first question is, how much are you going to charge me? What kind of fees do you charge? And they're not really getting to understand who the property manager really is, right? So I think that's where sometimes the struggle is people are trying to get the lowest fees they have to pay. That's also what type of service might be provided for you, right? So if you go with the lowest cost, that's kind of might be sometimes a lot of times a service that you're going to get. But Steven from the Bronx does ask, Jeff, I love that Jeff is part of this ORAT community. He always brings great value to us, but what made him join ORAT even though he already has such a large portfolio and years of experience?
Because I wanted to be part of community and network with others in the same field of experience. I have a technical background, software and dealing with electronics in my past. I don't, I'm not typically out there with people. It's usually just me and my computer. And as my wife says, I'm a social butterfly, so I need to get out and interact with people, see other people, and I'm constantly trying to learn. So I've learned some really great things from the ORAC community and great things from Mike and Dion and Matt and Mike. And so part of my mission, in addition to providing safe, secure, comfortable housing for our tenants, is to give back to the community and to try and help others and share some of my experiences and some of what I've learned over the years and have sisterhood. I hope that helps, Steve.
Yeah. Josh Burdick says, been through 2 PMs who did pretty good placing tenants, but would lie to my tenants and lie to me. Now I'm happily using Hemlane. I think that's a big reason. I think, but yeah, I would, yeah, lie is it kind of depends to me. I think I'm always in the camp of I need to know what I need to know, but I understand the property manager is working for kind of the tenants in some way and the owner, right? So he has to keep two people happy. So in some ways, it's kind of I do understand there's a gray area there. Do you have any systems that you may want to touch on right now, Jeff? I know you want to present like checklists and things like that that you want to talk about.
I do, and actually, if anybody is a member of the ORAT school community, you can look up my post. I have a really great checklist that I use. I don't know, Mark, if you can share that or if I can share that, how I share that even. But I have a checklist that goes through all the things that the tenant needs to do before they can move into a unit. The things like giving us a security deposit, paying the first month's rent. We need pictures of their driver's license. We want pictures of their social security card. Typically, because we use an application process through apartments.com, I don't actually get to see those items unless we have gone through the eviction and collections process a couple of times, so I'm familiar with that. We need the driver's license and social security card to help try and trace them after the fact if we need to try and get them for collections. We all applicants to fill out a pet screening. If you go to petscreening.com, it helps with ADA animals, service animals. It's escaping me now, but they deal with the difference between ADA animals and service animals. They take care of all of that stuff for you. We also make sure we get a tenant information sheet that includes some emergency contact information for each adult that's going to be residing in the property. We want proof of renter's insurance. We want proof that they've changed over to the gas account and the electric account. And then we also have to have a lease signed and agreed on. And then the last thing we do in the checklist is change the locks. Although lately we've been changing all of our locks over to keypads. So it's just a matter of going in and changing the keypad numbers. And then we also do move-in pictures and videos. So that checklist is really important to me because I'm ADHD. It's gone. I won't remember it now again until the next time I have a tenant and I go, oh, don't I have a list somewhere? And so then I can pull up that list and hopefully I'm smart enough to update it anytime I find something new or missing that I have to update. But if I don't have a checklist, I know whether it's something I need to add or update. That checklist has been really valuable to me. And then just
and
this morning,
you provided that in school, right? You said you provided that in the school post.
School. Yep.
Okay. So those of you listening right now, yeah, you can.
Yeah, maybe repost it because I went and tried to look it up and I couldn't find it.
The post or the link?
He made a post with the
Yeah, you couldn't find the post, or
couldn't find the post.
I'll share it with.
I searched your name, but you've been so active, all your comments and everything.
So here is his post. Oh shit! Hold on. Here is the post to his or here's the link to his post in school. So if you're in school, you can click on that, and I'll take you right to the thread. And he provides his checklist and things that he uses.
And then this morning I did another post that talks about the whole changeover process, managing tenant turnover. So that, there's basically 4 steps to it. You get notification from the tenant that they want to move out. Then you have to do all of the final move out stuff for the tenant, security deposit reconciliation, inspection of the property, clean out, etc. And then there's the rehab process that you have to go through, all the things you need to take care of when you're rehabbing. And then number 4, you need to fill out the new fill out the new tenant, fill out the lease. And so I actually put up on that list with that, and you can look at the PowerPoint presentation, and it breaks down. The first page lists those 4 items, and then other pages in the PowerPoint list go into more detail for each step. And that one was just posted this morning, so it should show up really easily for you.
Okay.
Joel, you got anything for Jeff?
Not on that, no.
Okay. Anything else though? You have any questions for Jeff or?
Yeah, Jeff, when did you realize in your journey that this is something that you just were never going to stop?
I guess I've always thought that it would be part of my background because my father was reasonably successful with it and managed to retire and have a portfolio that he sold and, walked away with probably, I don't know the exact number, but I'm sure it was a couple $1 million. It's always kind of been in the background of my mind. When we were in the so-called messy middle with kids and I had my own business, then it was far back in my mind. We weren't really trying to acquire properties, weren't trying to find more properties. And actually my business in 1 year, I went from $250,000 a year of income, $1,000 of income, because I lost my 3 biggest customers. So that was when I learned not to carry debt below my means and to live, I wouldn't say frugally, but, buy cars cash, don't get a credit card debt, stay away from all that stuff. So once that happened, then I ended up, after I lost the 3 big customers, I took a contract with a local manufacturing company and I worked for them for about a year or 2. And then the project that I was supposed to be working on was supposed to be done in 6 years because they were going to eliminate the desktop software and make it a web application. It still hasn't been done, and it's 10 years later. We just officially retired the desktop app completely. So now I'm like in between projects at that point. After 2 years, they hired me on as a full-time equivalent. So I've been working for now I'm kind of in limbo trying to figure out what I'm doing next because my technology is really outdated, but I'm trying to learn all about web development and web processes and a technology that most of you don't want to really hear or know anything about. But if you go to a website and you think of an e-commerce site like Amazon or eBay, we kind of have that technology built into our website for buying and selling AC equipment. So that's the background that I'm working in. And I got lost on what I was trying to tell you. Oh, so then once I got involved with that company and I started getting a real income again, because we were used to living on 30 or 40,000 a year, and suddenly now I'm making six figures. We were able to radically save money and come up with some money for some down payments, and a couple other things came along. But once I got that job, I was able to negotiate with the IRS out of into a payment plan and out of some that I owed. And then we refinanced our house and pulled $50,000 out of our house, which I was able to do because now I was employed, and previously I was I was kind of stuck, couldn't really do anything. So that's when I got real serious about investing in real estate again. And we bought a fourplex, real nice townhouses, up down townhouses. So it was 4 townhouses side by side. And then while I was working this day job, there was a coworker who had lots of real estate in York, and he knew I was interested in real estate, and I knew he had real estate, and he was selling off some houses. He was doing a lot of seller financing of some of his houses. And so I said, hey, do you have any multifamilies? Because my wife and I intentionally stay away from single families because we're trying to encourage other people to get on the property ladder. And that's what most people want when they get to the point when they want to try and buy a house. They're about the
Wait, stay right there, Jeff, because I heard you I've heard you mention that before to me about staying away from single family homes. But I believe earlier in the live stream you mentioned you were looking at condos though now, right? Is that what, did I hear you correctly? Or
townhouses. We're looking at,
yeah, so
townhouses.
So
it would be we would buy a fourplex of townhouses.
Oh, okay.
Or a triplex, or even I'm at the point. Duplexes aren't officially in my buy box. Our buy box is really 5 or more units. So the ideal thing would be to find 6 or on a single deed that are all together side by side, and then we would buy those and manage those.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting you, but so maybe touch on that a little bit, on why you mentioned before, like you and your wife are kind of like to stay away from single family homes.
Right. We'd much rather see a young family or a single mom or single father go out and buy a single family home that's in their budget and that they can move up from being a renter and get on the property ladder, to help get on the property ladder. And we've had, I can just sitting here thinking quick, I can think of 3 tenants that we've had in the past couple of years that have moved out and bought homes. And so that's really kind of part of our mission, in addition to providing safe, secure, comfortable housing, helping people to realize, hey, I can go out and buy a home and I can do what it needs. So, we offer financing advice, although tenants don't typically really ask and don't really want, but anybody that gives any kind of inkling, we say, well, hey, have you ever talked to a mortgage broker? Do you know if you can get a loan? Do you know what it takes to buy a house, to get a mortgage? And so we kind of try to encourage and support people to step up off of the rental rat race, basically, and get on the property ladder. I say all that and tell you all of that. We do own 1 single family home, and the only reason we got it is because that investor that I mentioned that we were looking at properties from, we actually bought 16 units from him all at one time. It was 5 different properties. A year or 2 after that, one of our properties, the chimney needed repaired, and it was attached to a single family next to us. And I found out that single family was owned by that same investor that I worked with, that I bought properties from. And I said, hey, we got to do some work on this chimney. And he says, you want to buy it? I'll sell it to you. And so I said, okay. So we bought it. We kind of call it a triplex because it's like, it's in a row attached to our duplex. And so we bought it and rehabbed it, fixed it up, and put a tenant in it. And she's not been a bad tenant. I wouldn't call her a great tenant. She's she gets some assistance. So she really only pays like 10% of the rent, and she's behind a few months on her 10%, but she keeps communicating and she keeps trying. She had a major brain injury and was coming off of that when she moved into our property. So it's not, I guess we have too much compassion for her that we just let her keep on. But she's not, we've had worse. So anyway.
Lauren, you have anything you want to touch on right now?
Yeah, if you guys ever decided to, because I thought I saw that you were looking in a different market than you were in before, or did I read that wrong?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, the only other market that I would really consider at this point is Jen, hold it with PM Jen, her market.
Where is she at? Is she also in Pennsylvania?
She is also in Pennsylvania. She's about 3 or 4 hours north of us. So
okay, so not too far anyway. Mark, is that where you invest as well?
No, I'm in regular Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the funny thing. Pennsylvania is so people, it's like Pittsburgh and Philly, and then it's like you don't really, like, everyone thinks it's like these two. So, but yeah, they're far away.
Okay.
yeah, the Pittsburgh and Philadelphia are about 6 hours apart.
Damn.
Really? I didn't know that.
See, people don't know. Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
well, and I think also we're so used to East Coast cities being closer together. So that's pretty far apart.
Yep.
So for going back to your checklist, when you're doing the screening and stuff, are you doing background checks, or you're using apartments.com, you said, and are they doing the background checks?
Yes, we use apartment.com to do the background check. I'm not totally thrilled with their background check, but I'm coming to find out that it's not because of apartments.com. It's because of some laws and regulations that have been passed around background checks. Zillow, we've used Zillow for background checks. I'm not thrilled with their background checks. You can find a lot more in my area. I don't know how it applies to your area, but in my area, I can find a whole lot more by going to the online court docket system and typing in the prospective tenant's name, and all kinds of stuff will come up about them, and you can learn whether they have outstanding landlord-tenant violations, evictions, whether they've been drunken driving, whether they have felonies. You basically find a whole lot more just by going to the court docket. So I know the one that I use is basically Pennsylvania. So
okay. And then do you do walkthroughs periodically throughout the time that you have tenants, or once they move in, you kind of leave them be?
It's probably, I'm sure the majority of the world would say I leave them be too much. The majority of our properties are in New York City proper. And New York City requires a biannual, every 2 years, inspection for safety and health concerns. They basically they imply that all they really care about is fire safety and health safety. But when they go in and say, you got to fix that crack in the floor because a tenant could trip on it, I think that's kind of stretching the truth of the matter a little bit. But that gets me into my properties every 2 years. The newest one that we just acquired, a 10 unit, is in Dover. So it's outside of York City and is not on a regular inspection schedule, but we've been doing improving and stabilizing to try and optimize that property. So I've been in all of the units since we purchased it in July. So I try, you can come up with excuses to go in and look at this and look at that. And while you're there, you can kind of look through and see what's going on. Right now, the tenants that I I forced out the one I wasn't happy with. She wasn't happy being there either. Hey, Sharon, you don't like living here. You're not happy here. I'm not happy you being here. You can move out anytime you want, and I won't penalize you. So, but no, November 1st, when your when your lease is supposed to renew, we are not renewing your lease. So she's gone.
All right.
But
I know
other than
Jeff
that,
has
I'm
a
happy.
hard. I know you have a hard stop coming up soon. But let's get to Stephen has one last question for you, maybe. Stephen is asking, I know you've given real estate presentations in the past. Does this also translate to a lot of your family members asking for your advice and assistance with real estate investing?
I do not have a lot of family members that are not already into real estate. When my father started, he started investing with two or three of his brothers. So they've been in the industry for 40 years. They know what they're doing. I've had a couple cousins that we've talked a little bit with about real estate investing, but because it's kind of a family thing, you know, my aunts and uncles are all farmers that go way back. So, you know, they have their idea about real estate investing and they know how to fix things and take care of things. And so, no, I don't get a whole lot of questions from family about real estate investing. But certainly, I have 2 cents I'd share with anybody that asked.
Yeah, so if anyone, if you're not in school and you want to get the checklist, maybe reach out to Jeff and maybe he'll provide you his self-managing checklist. But if you're in school, you go check out his post. Jeff, quickly though, I know Zuber always talks about whether it's starting your YouTube channel, kind of putting yourself out there. You talk or you speak at Toastmasters quite a bit. It seems like, right? Has that been helpful for you?
Yep. It's been great. It's certainly helping me to get more comfortable speaking in front of audiences, in front of people. It's helping me to how to use tonal quality and vocal levels, and to stop using the word so there's nothing worse to me than listening to a speaker say every other sentence, or at the beginning and the end of their sentence. That's all come from my experience with Toastmasters. And if you go to my channel, you can actually see 2 or 3 of the Toastmaster presentations that I've done there. See my managing tenant turnover presentation live while I was using it as a presentation. And I also have the story about our recent acquisition of the 10 unit that I was doing at a real estate network meeting. So that was reaching out to a networking group. Yeah.
All right. Like I said, I know you have a hard stop. Joe and Lauren will stay on for a little while. Just a quick question. Did any of you by any chance end anything? Because I know it looks like the portrait live stream stopped. So I don't know if one of you, I'm just trying to figure out, because it happened the last time too. But, all right. Well, the regular live stream is still going, so no big deal. I was just wondering if something happened. But Jeff,
Did it?
I don't know. It doesn't. It's the time is still running on it, but it says ad. So I don't know what's going on. But Jeff, thanks for joining us. Like I said, if anyone in school hasn't connected with Jeff yet, reach out to him. He's very open to discuss real estate. It was great meeting you in person, Jeff, at the Vegas event.
You bet.
So we'll get you back on also.
It was great.
All right.
I love seeing you guys again and catching base.
All right. See you, man.
See you, Jeff. Bye.
See ya.
All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on? Anything more on self-managing, or you want to touch on, maybe give us an update, Lauren, on your. I know you did a reel on Instagram, right, talking about a floor plan, I believe, that you
Yeah.
got or something. You want to touch on that a little bit? Because I know even Joe commented on that too, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm doing a spec home, which I don't know if I've mentioned on here, because it's just like doesn't take up much of my time, so I don't think about it that often. But yeah, me and a couple partners are doing a new build spec home here in the Sun Valley area, and we're working with a builder out of Boise, and we're hoping to sell it for over $2 million. But he is what I would consider like a high-end builder, and he sent me the floor plan, and there just are design mistakes that I see. And he also has built this home before, so he sent me the Zillow listing. So I'll probably pull up some pictures of that too, of things that I have sent back for correction. But yeah, there's just some spatial planning that, and I think that probably people, if they've ever built a new build home, they don't realize this, but you should have a few back and forths with your contractor. They are not spatial planners. They're not experts in the design of the home. They're builders, and they're happy to make changes if you catch them early on in those early phases. So I'm sure I didn't know this before I was in real estate, which is that like when they send you those plans, you absolutely should go through them and look at them and make sure that the space is how you would want it to be.
I see Hugo tuning in from Lauren's channel. He says, "Good morning, winners." There is Jeff's email, so if you want to reach out to him, if you're not in the school community, you want to maybe get his checklist for self-managing, you can always email him there. Let's see. Flavio is saying, "Lauren, is this house for yourself?"
No. It will be we'll sell it. We'll put it on the market before it's even finished being built.
So how challenging has it been putting out content kind of consistently, Lauren? Like I said, you've been pretty.
It's my greatest challenge. It's
But
you've
been pretty consistent with it the past week, right? And
yeah, I in part too because I'm my 1031 failed. So I'm like have more free time, and then I'm doing a renovation, but it's like pretty small and easy, and they're doing it in between their other jobs. So there's like I have more free time, I would say, than I have in the past. So, but like full content's like a full-time job. And I'm sure you kind of know this, Mark, because it is basically like you've been doing a lot of content and like you've kind of gone like full time with it.
But don't you find it? So you did the recording with Zuber, right? You did a recording with Emily, and that takes up the time, maybe like whatever, an hour. But now that you have the recording, isn't it easy for you to just kind of put something out there?
It took me 2 hours to download that recording from Emily, like from Restream. I downloaded it, and we only went for an hour. And I was thinking like maybe because we do the lives, it like posts automatically. So you're not downloading it, but her and I's was recorded. So it took YouTube like 2 hours to upload it to the channel.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So not to download it from Restream to your computer. It took 2 hours, right? To upload it to YouTube, it took. Yeah.
Yes.
So that I don't know if there's a faster way, but it takes a while to get it onto YouTube.
Yeah. So then when I had wanted to like go in and clip it and edit it, but it took so long to upload to these other places. So I was just like, I'm not even going to take clips from it. It's like takes too long.
So what I would do is I would download it to your computer first.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, and then if you take that file and put it in something to clip, it still took long?
Yeah, it still that's what takes long. Downloading it to the computer was done in a second. And then uploading it to other programs takes a really long time. So like, YouTube, it took like 2 hours, and then I was trying to upload it to clip it into another editing software, and it was taking like an hour and a half. And I was like,
really?
yeah.
What software is that?
I was using Opus clips.
Oh, I don't know. Mine doesn't
Yeah.
take that long normally.
Well, and the thing is, when Zuber had sent me the link, because he recorded for us and he used StreamYard, and so maybe StreamYard is better. I don't know. But we also only did 30 minutes. And so I was like, maybe there's a reason to keep the recorded calls to 30 minutes is because it is way faster.
Huh. Strange.
Yeah.
Joe, have you experienced that?
I
Taking that
mean,
long?
sometimes, yeah. But like getting it into CapCut on my desktop, then I can cut it in half or cut it into thirds. Because like the stuff that I've been putting out on YouTube, it's clipped into 10-minute clips. So I'm putting out
Upload
10-minute
faster.
increments as opposed to the full hour upload. But then still, that means you have to get the actual download, the recording into, say, a CapCut or another other editing service. So I don't know. Like maybe if you're able to get into an editing service and then break it into pieces, I don't know.
Yeah, it just takes a really long time. So I just uploaded it straight to YouTube and was like, not even going to deal with it.
Hugo says Opus is slow. He uses OneStream and it's pretty fast.
Okay. Is that an editing thing? OneStream? I haven't heard of that. But the YouTube, Instagram, I feel like I have a lot of like backlogged stuff that I could go through and make content. So yeah, I'm just trying to like be more diligent about posting
Backlog
that
stuff like on your phone or from some of these clips or from what?
on my phone, just like old, like that floor plan thing was from like probably like a week or two ago. I just hadn't posted it.
So okay. Yeah, an hour-long interview with Emily. What are your thoughts on just doing a live as opposed to an interview?
Yeah, I'm probably going to start doing that now but some people are uncomfortable with the lives. Like some people want to know that what they say can be edited out.
Yeah.
Emily has no problem with that.
No, not Emily. She doesn't care. Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree. Some people, yeah, the live streams are a little different. It is a little, I think if you haven't done one, you're a little more nervous about it a lot of times. But like I said, if anyone is from the SKOOL community that's interested, let me know. We're doing these every Wednesday. Harrison, Trade Better 99, will be joining us next week, Wednesday. He's in Virginia. He has a property in Ohio, and he's looking at the Pittsburgh market, or he's been looking at the Pittsburgh market for a while. But he'll definitely have some interesting stuff to share with us. You guys got anything? Joel freaking got 2 more emails you sent me today. I have no idea. You have like 5 emails under your contact information now.
I changed companies as of Monday. So the one that I gave you, you can save that.
Oh man, you want to talk about that a little bit then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped. Like it's a good
All
company.
right, wait. Before my first question is gonna be, are you a broker now?
No.
Oh god dang it, Joel.
Wait, what do you mean? Are you a broker now? Did you change companies?
He just
Sorry, I was texting. Did you just say that?
Yeah,
As
the
of
company
Monday.
that I
Edit
went
that
to
out.
is
If this was a recording, we could edit that out.
it's even better. Have you guys seen there's a girl that's interviewing Sam Altman's brother, I think Jack Altman, and she asked the brother like, "Hey,
Were
so
you
were you nervous when you
nervous?
interviewed Sam Altman?" And he's like, "No. Are you serious? Like,
That's my brother.
that's my brother." He's like, "Don't edit that. Don't edit that out."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the company that I went to is cross country, and the reason, well, one of the things that was appealing is that they service their non-QM loans, so like bank statement loans, DSCR loans, and what that means is that they have the ability to do way more exceptions. Like typically, if you have one exception, there's a chance. If you have two exceptions, whether it be DTI or LTV, credit score, property, like one is the cap on exceptions, and so they have the ability to do more stuff. There's other reasons too. I got, you know, I'm part of the business development organization as well, so more of that part of responsibility, so etc. But yeah, I started on Monday.
Is that why you're in a new office?
I'm at my house right now.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to throw your new work email in the chat? Because people may have your old email. So if people want to connect with you, we'll have. Did I just send him all?
That. No, but like the broker side of things, like I went down so many paths, but
Like considerations, you mean, to be with a brokerage?
conversations, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Josh is saying it shouldn't take long to drop into an editing program. Yeah, really. But yeah, there could be a reason why. But definitely.
What kind of computer are you using, Lauren?
A Mac. A Mac.
How old is it?
It's not that old. They said it has like a good processing chip. Like should be good.
Well, I don't know what else. You guys have any other things you want to touch on? Updates?
Yeah, Lauren, where are you at right now?
I'm in Idaho.
Oh, because aren't you usually in a different room, like a basement? Or something?
Oh yeah. I'm at my friend's place.
That's your other house, your other Idaho house.
You know, we gotta have multiple spaces.
My friend's place.
Oh boy! All right.
I don't know. I didn't mean that, but it literally doesn't mean anything beyond what I said.
Let me see. Let's see what else. Anything else? Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any? What's your guys' actual thoughts though? Self-managing versus property management. So you know, I did see a few people comment like the reason why I think it was Troy Roberts. He said he sees a lot of people wanting to go self-managing just because so much bad experiences with property managers out there, and I guess they're trying to increase their cash flow. And you know they feel like property managers don't serve companies serves your interests. Yeah, not getting the company that serves your interest for the cost. Mm-hmm. So what's your guys' thought? You guys have any?
Yeah, I mean that's why I fired my property manager, because it was just like they weren't really doing as much as I thought they should for what I was paying them. And it was just easy. And once you have a good tenant, you really don't need a property manager. It's really about finding good tenants, and they weren't doing anything spectacular to find those tenants. You guys, I have a boyfriend.
Yes, I was unsure of that, but her boyfriend did come to Vegas, so yes. Well, you know what? Let me never mind. I won't even say it.
Yeah, Mark still doesn't believe that he's my boyfriend.
No, I was gonna say, I don't. I was gonna.
I mean, like situationship. I mean, you can have more than one situationship. I mean,
we're not a situationship.
Okay, so quite okay. This could be going down the wrong path. Okay, when someone says make out versus hook up, like my definition of make out is like just kissing, nothing else.
Yeah, 100%.
Hooking up is everything.
More than making out.
But everything but sex.
No,
sleeping with is like having sex. Also. For some people, making out is like everything.
I don't know who has ever said that, but that is wrong.
Like, there's making different definitions.
Making out is just making out. There's nothing like making out is just making out.
Yeah.
I don't know who said that, but they were mistaken.
Every Wednesday goes down the wrong path. Yes, definitely.
Mark, are you a fan of Buc-ee's?
I love Buc-ee. Every time someone goes to Buc-ee's, they're messaging me. I'm at Buc-ee's today. Have you been? You've been there, right?
No, I've never been to a
What?
Bucky's, but Ocala is getting a Bucky's, and everybody is like
Oh yeah,
frantic.
it is a cult following. It
Yeah,
is
they're like
crazy.
ecstatic about it.
But it's so, yeah, you just have to, it's an experience. It's you go there, you go there and it's like super clean, and like there's food, like the food is good, and it just like it's organized, like, like even like the parking lot, and it's just, yeah, it's a weird experience.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Honestly, it makes me want to keep investing in Ocala now that it's getting a Bucky's. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean,
this place is on the up and up.
yeah, it's but then it's also, and I don't know, I'm assuming it's all Bucky's, but like, so the business side of it, I think a lot of gas stations or trucker stations try to get a facility next to Bucky's or close by, because I think Bucky's doesn't allow the big rigs there. So it's like
Yep.
they're not, yeah. So like that's why
That's true.
you'll see like a truck station or gas stop type thing, so that those truckers can whatever fill up and do, and then they'll walk across, yeah.
Go
But
to
it's just a lot
Buc-ee's.
of business, yeah.
That's
Oh,
funny.
Bucky's in Phoenix. Chris is saying you should invest here.
Oh.
Really, I didn't know there.
Yeah. Look at that. Bucky's is expanding. You know, I had dinner the other night with these people who own Rotten Robbie's, if you guys know that brand. It's a Northern California brand. But there's like a group that gets together. They go to different places. I think this year they said they were going to like the Virgin Islands or something like that. But they're petrol station owners, and Beaver of Bucky's goes to these, or like had started going to these, but then he was like, you guys are all too small time for me. I have a vision, and it's way bigger than a normal gas station. So I feel like he had a vision and he executed.
I'm just gonna call someone out. I don't think they're here, but I see Ray Ray has snuck into the ladies of ORAC call, it looks like. Somebody sent me a screenshot of the
That's
Zoom call.
funny.
Yeah, Chris. Hey, Jan is a new follower, but why are you coming from Lauren's channel? You should be coming from my channel.
Yes. No. Everybody go to my channel.
Territorial.
But Yasik says New Jersey. Oh, I think I did. Yeah, I saw that New Jersey is next for Bucky's also. Janelle says love Bucksy. Everything Texas fam. Yep. I think Texas was the original one. Was the original Bucky's.
Yeah. They got Beavers from Texas.
Hey, look, Josh Burdick says my aunt just rented her rental house to Bucky's manager in Missouri. Yeah.
Speaking of Missouri, like St. Louis to Kansas City is like 4 hours. North to south is like 6 hours. So what part of Missouri? I don't know. Just like Pennsylvania, I had no idea. 6 hours east to west. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Mark?
I was gonna say, yeah. So the Bucky's manager, if you notice, if you ever go online, people have shown the screenshot of the pay for the workers there, and yeah, it's crazy. Like the manager I think this might be $200K for a Bucky's manager, and even like the car wash managers like $150K, but they show like the salaries, and and that's why a lot of people like working there too. Marlon RE says Joe is in his first 5 years of suck, but the category is picking up chicks. You know what, Marlon RE, you have to message, because I always see, and I thank you for always checking out the live streams, but I still do not know who you are exactly. So if you're in the school community, message me. If you're on social media, message me. But I don't know who you are specifically. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you want to be behind the scenes. But thank you for always coming by. Funny. Jan is trying to boost your viewers from Washington State, she said.
Yes, I love it. Thank you.
All right. Well,
us
is Marlon coming in from your
have
channel?
to stick together.
What is that?
Is Marlon coming in from your channel?
Yes, Marlins, I believe, in Colorado also.
Oh.
That individual
I
invests in
don't see that popping up in my feed.
Marlin RE. Like Marland, not
I mean,
Marlin.
I've seen him in here before. I
So,
don't see it on your
Joel,
feed.
who said this to you that making out was more than just kissing?
Just people that I know. No, one of them is Vietnamese. That may have something to do with it. But just
Yeah, that's
people that I know.
translation error.
Oh,
I mean,
oh, wait.
He's been here for 35 years. So
You know what? To that point, just sorry, I interrupt, but have you guys watched the most recent Theo Von episode podcast with that guy, with that streamer guy Ray or something, that Taiwanese dude? He's some. It was like a waste of an hour, but also the most entertaining. Yeah, like it is. It like people were the comments were like this because there's so much just racism going on, like fun, like friend on friend kind of racism, and it's like this set us back 20 years, but it also moved us ahead 30 years, kind of thing. It's like I highly just go watch. Yeah, like I said, it was a waste of an hour, but it also it was very.
You'll be
very
cracking
good.
up.
Yeah.
I love it. Joel, everybody has questions for you. They want to know what's happening. What are you talking about? Who are these gals that are saying that making out is more than making out?
That's
No,
where that's
that's
why
it on
Joel
this
just
one.
would disappear in Vegas. We'd
Yeah.
all be together and poof, Joel is gone.
Just
Oh.
done. Dunzo.
Did you meet a lady of Orat?
No.
Well, I know Flavio doesn't speak English well, so is that what you're talking about? The translate.
Ask Flavio. Making out, hooking up.
Well, Jan, thank you for supporting Lauren. And if you haven't seen, so who's your next interview with, Lauren? I know you did Zuber, you did Emily.
On Saturday, I'm interviewing Chris. I might have to change it though because I just had something come up on Saturday.
Chris Price, the short term. Yep. So Chris is a good guy.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk with him. And he wants to get into, he does short-term rentals and wants to get into boutique hotels too. So I feel like we'll really geek out on that.
Saw Joel's some of his interviews from the ORAD event are coming out on his platform. So he did I seen Dylan Miracle.
Yeah. That was the first one we released. I haven't tried to promote it yet because some of the setup on it, like the thumbnail's not done, like some of the things aren't done, so I haven't pushed it too hard yet until you get.
Is it on your YouTube or?
It's on my YouTube channel right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you subscribe to my YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, in fairness, you have like 20 freaking platforms or emails now, even like tagging you on Instagram. There's like,
what is your YouTube?
Like Strive for 25. There's your
if you type in Joel Farrell, it'll probably pop up.
Yeah.
Joel Farrell Mortgage, it'll probably pop up.
Joel V says Lauren has to cancel because she has plans with her friend. So Joel V hopefully will be in Vegas next year because the event won't be in February. It will be in January. But maybe we'll wrap it up with this. And Flavio is asking, Joel, did you have fun in Vegas?
Oh my God. That's the one thing that I've continued to say is that I had so much fun just hanging out and meeting people and just, I had a blast.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. You have a lot of videos. Like a lot of other stuff that comes up.
Josh is asking, Lauren, will your video with Chris will be alive?
It might be. It's an excellent question. It might need to be. Yeah, why not? Let's just do it live.
All right.
I mean, do you have Zoom?
Yeah.
No, she has Restream.
But I have Restream. Yeah, I pay.
But if you're gonna record something to edit it later, I mean, I think the files are small. The upload files are smaller when you use Zoom than if you use something else like Restream
Oh, okay.
in terms of uploading or downloading.
That's
I
good to
don't know
know.
what you guys are doing. Restream works fine for me.
Well, you only do lives. You don't record.
No, but yeah, but I down right after we finish, I download the live stream onto my desktop,
And then what do you edit it in?
and I upload it right to Opus or
And how long does
Vizard.
that take?
I mean, I don't have to leave it open, so I'll just upload it and walk away, and then it'll send to my email that the clips are ready. But it takes, I would say, maybe in like 15 to 20 minutes, I'll get an email.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it
I'll
also
try.
depends maybe what your settings are on. So in Opus, you can set like how long you want your clips, right? So I don't know if you've changed. So like I only put like 30 to 60-second clips as like my settings. So I don't know if yeah. So there's different settings.
Have you taken the raw video to put it into Opus yet?
Raw video? What?
Like the actual downloaded video from Restream.
Yeah.
And
So
put it into Opus.
So right after this, I'll download it to.
I'm talking to Lauren though.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
that's
I tried. Yeah, I did. I downloaded it from Restream to my computer and then uploaded it to Opus Clip.
Yeah, and that's why when she was saying it takes hours, I was kind of like,
Yeah, I need that workflow.
But I can imagine uploading it to YouTube directly also would take a long time.
Yeah, that takes longer. Yeah.
Yeah, that took like
but I
2
think
hours.
YouTube, because it goes through other crap to like probably check it, and I don't know. But yeah, uploading it to YouTube takes longer. So that's why you just live stream, because then it's just there. You don't have to upload it to YouTube. Yeah, Josh says he thinks you guys should live stream. He thinks will be fun. Flavio. I have my one member and my members only now. Flavio is the one member on my channel. I didn't know it was active, and Flavio joined. So I told the other day. So other day I messaged him. I said, "Hey, members only meeting." I know he was sleeping. That's why. But yeah. Yeah. Steve says, "Does Mark members only show his feet, or is that his other channel?" I'm trying to get Steven on, but he's like, "Oh man, I only got one duplex or something." He's giving me some excuse. But all right, well,
that's the good thing about Wednesdays, though, is that it doesn't have to be real estate related.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to tell people. Anybody that wants to jump on Wednesday, just message me and let me know you want to jump on and talk about whatever, anything you want to share, talk about. YouTube algo prefers video uploads over live streams, Hugo said. Yep. Yasik says that channel is to offset the retirement expenses, Steven. All right. Any final words? Any last things you want to wrap it up with? No, nothing. All right. I gotta change Joe's contact. Freaking erase like 4 emails
again.
All right. Well, like I said, it's always fun Wednesday. We'll see. Like I said, Harrison will be on next week. Trade better net. Oh, see, Hyder wants in. Absolutely, Hyder. Yeah. I mean, so and I'm going to start complaining again. Damn, stupid daylight savings starts next week. But yeah, Harrison will be on next Wednesday. So
yeah, let's talk about that for a second. So what time are we going on now? Are we changing times?
For me, it's changing. For you, it's not really changing, right? It's 11.
It's only like
11
minutes, right?
We're going back to... Yeah, because if not, it's going to be like 4:30 for me or whatever, or 5. It's
Oh, because you don't do daylight savings. Hawaii doesn't do it.
Well, I got to factor in all you guys changing. So that's why it's 11 a.m. Eastern. So for me, so today it was 5:45 a.m. today. Okay. Next week, if we did it at the same time, it would be 4:40. It's 4:45 a.m. Right. So it's just 15 minutes, a little bit later. We're going to do it.
So you'll be now doing this at 5 a.m.
Yes, I'm going to be doing it at 5 a.m.
Oh my gosh, you're going to be so groggy.
Yeah. So don't jump on late.
He'll be cranky.
Don't jump on late and
Like, I
connect
could
your
have slept
channels
for
at the
15
last
more
minute.
minutes.
What?
You'll be like, I could have slept for 15 more minutes. You guys are
Yeah.
late.
Hugo's saying, click on the ads in my newsletters, please. Thank you.
Dude, Hugo, are you okay with me sharing the dollars and cents that you share with me?
All
Next
right.
time.
That'll be for next time.
Yeah, I gotta go, man. I gotta get my
Yeah.
son.
We gotta go. We got things
All
to do.
right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Hyder, let's plan on 2 weeks from now. Since Harrison's gonna be next Wednesday, let's plan on the week after that. But I'll message you. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you folks back on Friday with Emily, and I'm not sure who else yet. But
Okay.
all right, everyone. Bye.
Doodles.
See ya.